I woke up in a bathtub full of ice with no idea what had happened to me over the last 12 hours. But with friends like mine, not only is this expected, but also a little anticipated. How did I get here? Was it the Brit and his specialty again? Or Hope and her damn 1,000 proof cocktails? All I knew was I had a head that felt like it was full of rocks and questions. I half pulled, half fell out of the tub, feeling as numb as a frozen pudding pop. Pudding pop. It was only then that I noticed the surgical-type bandages all over me. I quickly did an inventory of my organs. Yep, stomach, heart, liver, kidney, spleens, all there. If this wasn't yet another organ harvesting scam, then what was it? Where was I? I groggily stood up and found a towel, turned to the door and looked for the door and... The door! Where the fuck's the door? The door was missing. What? No door! No door, guys! Guys!
Zach, get the door!
But there is no door! What is happening?
Where the hell is Zach? Cannot be expected to get the door on top of my many essential duties. It's just too much to ask. I'm just one man. Well-read, tousled, exquisite, but still just one.
I'll get it. You stick to tousling.
G'day, mates.
Howdy, y'all.
Oh, balls. What do you two want?
We just wanted to drop off your mail that delivery bloke gave us by mistake.
And by mistake, you mean at our rightful lair that you evil fiends have infested?
Of course, sugar. And we brought y'all this gift basket. We got some freshly baked cookies and such, since we know how much y'all enjoy snacks.
I'll take this. You know tampering with someone else's mail is a crime.
Not to mention someone else's snacks. Don't think for an instant that your false niceties and bribery with muffins will distract us from the fact that you evil doppelgangers. Oh, damn, is that a Toblerone?
I also put in some Tim Tams and Vegemite.
If you think this makes up for your stealing our beloved video store, oh shit, that's good. Oh my god, Vegemite.
Hey, so what are those weird bandages on your arms?
Guys! No door! No door! Guys! Ow!
Zach, are you alright?
Crikey! That wallaby's in the nutty. Plummeroo, what a longla.
Oh, that poor shaved gorilla. Oh, I bet he could use a little medical attention.
Yeah, and a lot more towel. Cover her up, dude. Here, use this fez.
Do you want me to call 000?
What? Call the authorities? Are you mad? It was just a little slip. He'll be fine.
Are you sure, honey? I don't think his arm is supposed to bend that way.
Oh, that's enough. We can take care of our own. Now, out you go now. Go be creepy mimics.
Come on,
somewhere
mate. No,
else.
we don't want to help. No, stop.
Come on, let's go. Come on. Yada, yada.
Okay. No, we're going.
Come on.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey, what's all the racket? Oh my, snacks. Tim Tams. I love these little biscuits.
Never mind the cookies. What about my arm?
Professor, could you pop his arm back in its socket?
Damn it, Ethan, I'm a professor, not a doctor.
Ooh, I got this.
Ow! That's better.
You're welcome.
Oh, could someone tell me what the hell is going on here so I can summarize this at high speed later?
I don't know. I just woke up this morning with these bandages. The bathroom door is just gone. And now those evil usses are all over us? I don't remember anything. But whenever I don't remember anything, do you know what that does remind me of?
You don't mean?
God,
Yes! It all points to 1998's sci-fi noir classic Dark City.
No, that's not what I was thinking at all.
You guys, I think we should get him to an actual doctor.
No.
In this economy?
No time. We must conclave. This time, we're going dark. Within the depths of a maniacal maw of madness,
That's the mysterious Mall of Misery!
the members of a secret society squat in their temporary lair to continue their work protecting the world from those movies considered perverse and heretical. Work which provides no glory, no thanks, and repeated requests that they stop it and calm down. But they will never calm down when there are movies to condemn. Their mission? To scrutinize those films which are rumored to drive viewers to madness and disillusion. Draw closer, dear listener. Let your trembling ears sup upon the eldritch knowledge of the Cinemania Society.
We
the fellows of the lenses of
all
do
convene to judge
if
it's
our cinema worthy of our esteem, or whether it should be cast down as worthless hokum.
Let us don our friends in judgment.
We the fellows. Oh.
Welcome, delirious strange deviants, to this conclave of the Cinemania Society. Please be seated. And welcome to our listeners, to whom I will now issue this warning. We, disciples of the Cinemania Society, have studied the mysteries of the motion picture and meditated upon the silver screen for many years. Therefore, we have become inured.
Objection.
Yes.
That is not according to the bylaws. You need to read that so that people can understand it. Take it again, please.
Fine. We, disciples of the Cinemania Society, have studied the mysteries of the motion picture and meditated upon the silver screen for many years. Therefore, we have become inured to the films we scrutinize and may contain hazardous, unsuitable to young and sensitive viewers, as such as we advise anyone listening to this discussion. Guard your ears carefully lest you develop a severe and irreversible case of Cinemania.
Good enough. Carry on.
Present at our conclave today are
Inquisitor Ethan, Maven of the Montage.
Profligator Daniel, possessor of the word.
Auntie Hope, keeper of whatever's left of the books and this last tiny little bit of booze.
Professor Andrea, scholar of San Francisco.
And Verifier Andy, Master Illuminator.
I am Scrutinizer Zacharia, and I will be serving as Pontifex
Thank
of
you.
presentment for tonight's subject of scrutiny, Dark City from 1998, directed by Alex Proyas. Repositor Alyssa, voiced from the outer world, is absent due to currently working a double shift as a bouncer at the Waffle House.
That's Arbiter Alessa. Thank you.
Andrea shall act as Master Castigator for this conclave. Andrea, present the charges.
Charges against Dark City include Richard O'Brien doesn't mistake anyone for the Candyman,
The Candy Man!
helping to usher in the era of long dark trench coats being cool, rampant
Plagiarism.
It's like plagiarism, but beforehand.
Okay, sorry. Rampant plagiarism of the Matrix. Whatever Kiefer Sutherland was doing with that accent.
Ugh.
Whatever Kiefer Sutherland was doing with that limp.
So distracting.
Child follicular endangerment.
So creepy.
Accordion playing in the first degree.
Unacceptable.
Adding bad narration in the beginning to make the film quote-unquote more accessible. A distinct lack of thematically appropriate noiration. Failure to do the time warp again at an official gathering of transsexual Vanians. Enough mind-melting abuse of physical reality to make MC Escher bite through a pencil. Making early 2000s nerds believe that maybe, just maybe, they could pull off a fedora.
I could.
Sure you could.
Keep telling yourself that.
Serious trigger warnings include violence, paranoia, and implied rape.
And Ethan in a fedora.
You ever have one of those nights so crazy you can't remember what happened? Either to you or your pants? Or how you wound up in a bathtub? In a hotel room? I know. That's just Tuesday. And you can't even remember your own name without checking your luggage, or the name of the ritually murdered prostitute in the corner. All right. Maybe that's more of a third Thursdays thing for you. But for our protagonist, this is a real turd sandwich.
That's shit sandwich. It's turd circus.
Stop trying to make turd circus happen. It's not going to happen.
We may remember our man Rufus Sewell from Middlemarch and A Knight's Tale, but now he remembers next to nothing about himself or how he wound up in this movie. Lucky for him, the director, the writer, or maybe some sympathetic set dresser has left out a bunch of clues just to put dramatic close-ups. A monogrammed suitcase, an acrobatic goldfish, a weird broken syringe straight out of Naked Lunch, Rufus's extremely taut ass, a bloody knife, a flashback-inducing postcard of a beach house. And just in case none of those clearly important random objects explained anything to you, suddenly the phone rings. It's Kiefer Sutherland doing his best impression of William Shatner doing an impression of Sigmund Freud. He drops more useful information like botched experiment and erased memory, and probably the most useful, get the hell out! They're coming for you right now! And the hell out he gets, right before three guys step out of the Matrix and into the hallway Rufus just vacated.
Up. The Matrix didn't exist yet. This movie is from a pre-Matrix Earth.
They look like the most popular mole rats from the Boomer Bap Goth Pimp Convention, decked out in fedoras and floor-length black trench coats with fancy fur collars and such. Now this is where it gets weird.
This is where it gets weird?
Yeah, because when the clocks start up again, everybody wakes up.
Wait, back it up. When did the clock stop?
Okay, backing it up. The surreal neo-noir classic Dark City opens on a surreal version of a classic neo-noir type skyline.
Oh, and let me guess. It's dark?
Yes! How did you know that? And how did you know that in this city, time freezes at the stroke of midnight?
Point of order, she never said anything of the sort.
But Dr. Kiefer showed us before we even get to the title card.
Oh, for the love of God. Please just jump back forwards.
Sure thing. The clock strikes and everybody wakes up all at once. Before Rufus can clear the hotel lobby, the concierge conveniently calls him out by name, Mr. Murdoch. The ledger elaborates John Murdoch. Less conveniently, these are not the initials monogrammed on the suitcase, so he hucks it right off the dock to rejoin his fellow red herrings. Meanwhile, our Jive Daddy Matrix rejects.
We
We
know.
I'm just bupping.
Anyways, these guys would very much like to know where John, let's call him John, might have gotten off to. They seem especially interested in the weird broken syringe, speak a very odd form of Swahili that only uses the clicks, and are led by Riff Raff from Rocky Horror. So we now know that they are actually not agents from the Matrix at all, but they are sweet transvestites from transsexual Transylvania, dressed up like they think agents of the Matrix would if they existed yet. Since the concierge doesn't know anything useful, Riff Raff puts him to sleep, just like everybody was before. Y'all got that?
No, but we're following.
Good, because now is when it gets confusing. Before we forgot that this film was noir, we are treated to a lounge singer, Jennifer Connelly, poured into a body-hugging flapper-style dress. After her show, she's called away to meet her husband's psychiatrist, as one does, Dr. Schraber. Surprise, it's the same skeevy, vaguely European mouth breather who creeped on John over the phone. Did you know Kiefer was her husband's psychiatrist? That's okay. Neither did she. He kicks off this healthy, trust-based therapeutic relationship by violating HIPAA, telling her that her husband is nuts, lost his memory, and she needs to call him if her husband turns up. Sure, buddy. Checks out. Dr. Schraber Sutherland is not the only one on the case of the missing exposition, because here comes the mournful, hard-bitten Detective Dagwood Bumstead, fresh off his gig on the comic strip Blondie. The kind of sharp-eyed, relentless investigator who could spot an untied gum shoelace at 20 paces. He keeps looking for whoever keeps ritually murdering all these prostitutes, and he plays the accordion. Such dark, very city, noir.
Wow.
Everyone is after John, but all John is after is his wallet. It's trapped at one of those old-timey automat joints, behind a little vending machine door. It refuses to open for him until John discovers he has air-wobbling magic powers. This is new.
Are you sure? You didn't forget something from earlier. Again?
Nope.
Wait. No, you didn't forget, or no, you're not sure?
No idea. Just like Detective Bumstead.
Yeah, can we all take a moment to snicker at that name again?
It's a great name.
Thank you.
You said bum.
Isn't Dagwood a sandwich?
Yeah, named after the comic character. Detective Bumstead would be making a lot more progress on this case if he wasn't giving his partner Walensky the heebie-jeebies, and if something didn't keep swapping out the extras playing his witnesses. Because now the concierge is an entirely different dude, but with the same dialogue. No one seems to have noticed this recasting except Walensky, who bursts back into the crime scene with his usual paranoid rantings you know and love. They're watching us! There's no way out! I'm quite upset, and it's reasonable that I'm upset! And his office is covered in artisanal crazy scribblings and conspiracy theory red strings and photos. Not really what you want in an office environment.
Isn't that kind of like that meme? You know, the meme of the guy with all the
It's Always
stuff
Sunny,
on the board?
Pepe
Yeah.
Sylvia, yes.
Yeah. At this point, even the writers are having trouble juggling so many plot lines. So Jennifer Connelly turns up in the detective's office to report her husband's disappearance. And John bails on the next blonde prostitute he's hanging out with to run smack into the Transylsexylvanians Fedora Squad. And their magic sleep power doesn't do anything but ruffle his rufous curls.
Oh my God, the look on that guy's face when he said sleep and John didn't sleep. Just the look on his face was like, huh?
I don't wanna.
They resort to an even more fantastic power. Knives. But apparently John's own powers go beyond vending machines, and he causes a walkway to collapse beneath him. They seem surprised that he has the ability to tune, which is a thing now, apparently. Flying debris decapitates one of the bald jive daddies, revealing that they are being piloted by weird glowing jellyfish bug things.
I can't believe that actually makes a lot of things make a little more sense.
Certainly more than Dr. Exposition and whatever his accent is.
Anybody else think that Dr. Sutherland over there looks a lot like Dr. What's his name from Nightmare Before Christmas? And
Oh, the guy who made Sally?
at the beginning,
Right.
Yep.
Sally.
At the beginning, he looked a lot like that.
Once you have seen one vaguely European doctor, you have seen them all, darling.
My
Yep.
name is Dr. Strangelove, thank you.
Is European the accent he was going for? Because I had no fucking idea.
It's okay,
It's-
neither did he.
It's a mess. All right. It's a lucky break for John, and he flees off into the poorly illuminated megalopolis. But his troubles are far from over. You see, deep beneath the city streets, a secret society assembles, gathering together in the dark to scrutinize.
Objection.
Well, you get the idea. When they're at home, the hairless Transylsexylvanians like to get out of their Soul Train Matrix outfits and slip into something comfortable like leather gimp suits.
Comfortable is one word for it. They look like the hair club for men decided to militarize at long last and raided a buckle factory. Now the world will feel their baldy wrath.
Has anybody else seen the tall ones from Invader Zim?
You know, I totally thought about that. But all the buckles in the world can't get them comfortable with the idea that John can tune, whatever the shit that means. Something needs to be done about this situation, and fast. Mr. Quick is dead, and Mr. Han is off the Mr. Chain. Their leader, Mr. Book.
A moment, fellows. I detect a theme.
I think that's more of a pattern.
Sounds like just a cliche to me.
Well, actually, that's only if it comes from the cliche region. Otherwise, it's just a sparkling narrative device.
Well, whatever he is.
He's just a sweet transvestite.
No
singing.
In just 7 days. Oh.
Well, Mr. Book sends off Misters Knight, Hat, Shoe, Dog, and Thimble and all the other Monopoly generals to track down their wayward experiment, wherever he may be in this
Don't say it. Eponymy is a serious cinematic offense.
gloomy town.
So, you just woke up in this bathtub full of ice without any memory of how you got there, and you're worried about the missing bathroom door.
Hey, look, I have been in the secret society biz a while now. I have been drugged, defenestrated, tied up, blown up, shot at, possessed by ghosts, had a rock off against death. And you know what got me through all of that? It was one thing and one thing only.
And what was that one thing?
Knowing my door situation.
He's got a point there.
Yeah, I guess.
That's true.
In our defense,
Thing that
you
he's
did
fixated on.
defenestrate yourself. It wasn't
But,
auto-defenestration.
okay. But there is a door. How do you think we all walked in here?
That may be a doorway, but if you can't close it, it's no door.
Well, it sounds like we have a mystery on our hands.
Think, man. You must remember something.
I remember the food court in darkness, the mall swirling and shifting, walls moving all on their own without rhyme or reason, being shuffled like a deck of cards, and in the middle of it all, the video store. And inside the store, the evil us's.
That sounds more like the plot of the movie.
I knew it. I knew they were involved somehow. I bet the clue to their diabolical plot is at the bottom of this bag of Tim Tams. Have at thee, biscuits of ill repute.
Oh, there's no more Tim Tams.
Yeah, way to detect the bottom of some biscuit wrappers, Sherlock.
Why don't we get on with the conclave? Maybe that'll shake something loose.
I think you all have a lot. Plenty shaken loose already. Things were pretty noir before, but now they're getting super noir. So much more noir than before. Bumstead and Mrs. Murdoch are cruising in his old-school automobile around the streets of this gloomy municipality, and they're having a suitably noir-esque conversation. There's a real possibility that John Murdoch is the serial killer Bumstead is looking for. And hey, maybe there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all this. Right? This city, man. It's like some kind of a really nocturnal population center. Mrs. Murdoch heads home, and guess who's there waiting for her? It's her beloved John. It's a bit of a rough homecoming, though. She thinks he's walked out on her because she had an affair. Maybe done a little hooker killing on the side, and he's all like, I kind of don't even know who you are, lady. If I came home and Jennifer Connelly insisted she was my wife, I mean, I'd just go with it, you know?
Yeah.
Wouldn't we all?
I mean, honestly, if I came home and I was married to Rufus Sewell's ass, like, I'd go with that too.
Either one. Or both, or all, you know.
It's a very pretty
Consenting
cast,
adults
yes.
and such.
Andrea, did you have feelings you wanted to share here with us? I was trying to create an opening for you.
No, it's fine.
Move right along.
John explains that he went to that hot blonde's home earlier, just to, test himself and see if he really is the killer without knowing it. And that hot blonde, in case no one realized it was also a prostitute, looks like he passed that test. So that's one point in the Trust John column. She still has Kiefer Sutherland's card, and maybe this is a clue to what's going on. John heads out only to run straight into Bumstead, who had a hunch he'd turn up. What a cop! He knew to look for this guy right at his known home address. Some real police work right there.
It feels like the writers are desperately trying to get all their different plot lines together, but they can never get all of the characters in the same place at the same time. It's only like 2 at a time.
I would like to say, though, not all cops in TV shows are that smart. I was just watching another show Wednesday, and the villains hang out at the known home and the known vacation home, and no one ever looks for them there. It's a really dumb police work. So this guy's like ahead of a lot of TV cops.
I mean, he took Policing 101, right?
That's funny. I mean, that is very funny given all of the propaganda making cops look like they're the smartest people on earth, and they're frequently dumb and lazy.
Yeah, it's like pretty much if they ask for a lawyer,
Like
they're
any
done.
profession. John decides that maybe his story about what he's been up to isn't gonna sound that great in a police report, and flees, both Bumstead in pursuit. They do that thing where they're running downstairs or go in a spiral while the camera's floating around, and it's super noir. Can't have a good noir without some moody staircases.
Agreed.
Now, would we say that Bumstead is on his bum in this situation? No?
Yeah,
Just creating
maybe.
openings here.
John's weird ability is getting stronger. He literally thinks a door into existence where there was just a blank wall and gets the fuck out of there, leaving just the wall behind him. Crazy! But he dropped that card from Murdoch's doctor for Bumstead to find. This chase ain't done yet, homie. John takes a taxi and asks the driver if he knows the way out of town, to that beach he keeps thinking about. Funny thing is, even though the driver knows what beach he's talking about, he can't quite seem to remember the way. Like a mental block. How strange. Both John and Bumstead have the same idea of visiting Kiefer Sutherland, and Bumstead gets there first. John overhears the good doctor giving him the brush off with a sick burn about how he must be quite a lonely man, being all consumed with the details and crimes and whatnot. Ouch. Once Bumstead leaves and goes to think about his life, the doctor heads to a public bath to have a little swimmy swim in one of those old-fashioned bathing romper suit things. Okay, I mean, I guess at least we didn't have to see Kiefer Sutherland's nipples. This charming scene of a midnight splishy splash is sadly interrupted by the Baldy Brigade, led again by Richard O'Brien. They aren't happy that he hasn't been checking in. His work has been slipping, and they have the broken syringe from Murdoch's hotel room as proof. The doctor was supposed to do something called imprinting on John with it, but apparently he muffed the job up. The imprinting was not completed, which is why John's memory is all fragmented up. The Baldy boys have a plan. They want the doctor to prepare a new copy of the memories John was supposed to be imprinted with, for some nefarious reason.
I love how the doctor is like, in the very beginning when he calls John to warn him, he's like, there, you've lost your memory because of a botched experiment. Not that I was the one who botched it or anything like that, no.
Not that you woke up mid-imprintation and whacked the syringe out of my hand.
Pass the buck.
No, just use the passive voice, right?
Mistakes were made.
Syringes were dropped.
Mission accomplished.
Do evil doctors have malpractice insurance?
There's no malpractice insurance in Dark City.
They have malevolent practice insurance.
However, John followed the doctor and witnessed this exchange from his hiding place. He decides it's time to start making some little plans of his own and keeps following the doctor around. Meanwhile, Bumstead goes to check on Walensky, the ex-detective driven mad by this case. Walensky hangs around in his apartment drawing spirals and gibberish on the walls these days. Guess everyone needs a hobby. Seems that while he was working the case, Walensky started to realize a few things. Like how his memories seem a little vague and fuzzy all the time, and how there appears to be no actual route out of the city at all.
Oh, you mean just like Washington, D.C.?
In fact, he's starting to think that this whole place is some kind of sick joke being played on everyone. The whole unbrightened, census-defined zone is a twisted lie.
Oh, you mean just like Washington, D.C.?
It's enough to make anyone a little unhinged. Hell, Walensky isn't just unhinged. His whole door has come off.
I guess that's something that he has in common with us now. No door.
Oh, don't get him started.
No door. No door.
Kiefer Sutherland takes a delightful midnight stroll, the way anyone might do on such a charming evening. Followed, of course, by John. When he comes to a blank wall, a door materializes for him in the same way that John did earlier. The door vanishing after him. Curses! The door leads to the underground lair where the Baldy Bondage Gimp Collective are hard at work, manufacturing random personal items for some reason. Kiefer Sutherland has a little lab set up here, where he's able to mix up cocktails of memory in liquid form, ready to be loaded into those syringes. That's what he does for these people. They don't seem to understand humans all that well. Not yet, anyway. Mr. Book, the leader of the decrepit hairless freakoids, comes in and demands some answers. Why doesn't John go to sleep when everyone else does? Why does he exhibit the ability to tune? Perhaps he's a step on the evolutionary ladder, the doctor wonders, misrepresenting both evolution and ladders.
Or maybe he just has good hearing?
Maybe, the doctor wonders. Maybe, the doctor wonders. The whole point of their experimental human zoo has finally arrived, and is going to bite them on the... Well, Mr. Book has heard enough at this point, casually hurling the doctor aside with telekinesis.
Instead of you throwing the book, Soviet Russia, book throw you.
Oh my god! It's like they set that up for that joke.
There's no time to continue this edifying chat, though. A bell chimes, and everyone becomes agitated. It is, after all, the time. And we're about to find out time for what? The beastly Baldy battalion all assemble in their great hall and combine their powers to shut the city down. Everyone up above instantly falls asleep as soon as midnight strikes. Except, of course, for John. And the city begins to warp and change in line with the next night's experiments.
Blomp!
Buildings twist and reform. Rooms shrink and lengthen and change their purpose. There's some pretty heavy-duty 90s-era CGI mixed expertly with model work going on. For John, it's a truly disorienting experience seeing everything change around him. Then the doctor heads out of the lair on his nightly rounds. He goes from place to place, using his steampunk syringes to inject his memory drugs straight into the heads of various people, changing their whole life story in an instant. A working-class couple arguing about their troubles just last night are reformatted into an upper-class pair of assholes in their mansion. John watches the whole thing take place, and it's clear that maybe, just maybe, this whole place is not what it seems. Maybe.
Maybe.
So, just like Washington, D.C.
Man, you have it out for Washington, D.C. today.
It's not a real city.
It's not. It's insanity. John waits for an opportunity and confronts the doctor. Time to split open this package of mysteries like a particularly enigmatic piñata. In fact, John is so upset, he toon blasts the doctor off his feet. Kiefer tries desperately to explain that he's trying to help. He wants to stop the baldy bug brain boys, and he needs John's help to do it, using the power that has only been activated by reflex up to now. However, time has run out. The city is reawakening for a whole new night, and everything is starting up again. John gets out of there before he can be spotted by the bad, bald bunch who have come to get their pet doctor. He covers for John, just saying he attacked him and ran off somewhere. No matter, Richard O'Brien has his own scheme in motion, and the doctor's work is not quite finished yet. A doctor's work is never done.
I love how in every movie he plays like the creepy henchman who's also kind of looking to undermine the big boss.
That's true.
Can't quite pick a side.
He's always on his own side, you know.
Yes.
Even if our doppelgangers are involved, that doesn't mean it's nefarious.
Hey, they're not called evil us's, trademark pending, for nothing.
And let's not forget they had the same strange bandages as on our own brother Zacharia. Spotted them with my keen senses of scrutinization when they dropped off that basket of snacks.
Hey, scrutinization is my job.
Well, you were indisposed at the time. It was just backup scrutinizery.
It seems a little thin.
If it were a movie, it would be the 1938 classic The Thin Man.
If it were a book, it'd be the 1984 horror novel by Richard Bachman, a.k.a. Stephen King, Thinner.
If it were a snack, it would be Nabisco's 1947 culinary creation, The Wheat Thin.
Overruled. I never want to hear the name of that product ever again. It got used as a nickname in childhood mockery. Ethan, Wheat Thin, something like a cracker but more like a nerd. Anyhow, moving on, I get the sense that you all think it's thin?
But it's all we got.
Hey, where did all these mannequins and unpleasantly stylish clubwear come from? And what happened to all of Sensei Steve's ballistic dummies?
Blast! They were here when we went with Scrutinizer Zacharia to assess the scene of the crime.
Hey, don't look at me. I didn't do it.
How would you even remember if you did?
Sensei Steve is going to be so pissed, and then we are going to be so homeless.
We could always go back to what's left of the bookstore.
I don't know about that. It's too close to those.
Look at the way they're posed. This looks like Brother Methuselah's kind of depravity, and I know my depravities.
Yeah, you do.
But I was with you the whole time.
A likely excuse. Now out with it. What really happened here?
I don't know.
Another likely excuse. Don't make me fire up my resonator.
Oh, God, please, no.
Perhaps these giant robotic footprints are a clue.
You leave the scrutinizement to the professionals.
So now what? If our so-called guardian still can't remember anything, what, go spy on the evil us's?
Excellent plan. Away!
Fuck.
Off we go!
Off we go
Why?
into the blood.
Why do I suggest anything ever?
Look at our former headquarters. A mere shadow of their former glory. Just look at those windows. Not a single spot of grime. The bright, cheerful lighting. Far too much merchandise stocked on the shelves.
Not one lingering trace of our former aesthetic is left.
Enough with the goddamn aesthetic!
But it's just not our milieu anymore.
And none of that either.
Yeah, this is all just too en vogue.
Don't make me get this spray bottle.
It does have a certain je ne sais quoi.
Traitor.
Anything coming back, Zach?
Oh, something is coming back.
And he barfs again. How many times is that?
Oh, that's almost enough to set me off these Tim Tams, but not quite enough. Oh.
Nausea could be a sign of lingering concussion from that tumble down the stairs.
Or something more
That makes what, 5 times?
A repetitive gurgling punctuated by hiccups. I'd recognize the sound of the after effects of shitty American food anywhere.
Can you narrow it down farther, Master Eliminator? After all, we are in America.
I'll try.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you can't.
Banh mi taco balls. I'd bet my 6th wisdom tooth on it, and there's only one place you can get that particular offense to proper cuisine.
The food court. I remember now. I was in the food court with those demon twins of Andy and Hope.
I thought we decided they're not demons after all.
Yeah, none of my spells worked on them, so they definitely couldn't have been demons.
So there we were, standing in line to get food.
To the food court!
Wait. Are we doing a Dark City flashback to the food court or a Clue-style scramble?
Immaterial, Brother Methuselah.
Yes, sir.
Bring the petty cash box. I feel snacky.
But all we have left is 4 pence 50.
Where did the rest go?
Well, there are several IOUs left for bug powder and typewriter ribbons.
Oh, man, that could have been any one of us. No way to ever know who ordered that. Guess we'll just have to chalk it up to the vicissitudes of fate. Best we just get on with the conclave, right? I'll take it from here. It's a fresh new night in the dimly lit domain, and Bumstead is out on the prowl doing more cop work. Naturally, the first place he goes is a nightclub where Mrs. Murdoch sings. Definitely looking for leads, that's all. Might as well catch a show while he's at it. Underground, the hair-challenged happy he-harlots are bemoaning their efforts. Their control over the city is faltering because of John's influence. His presence is having an effect on their machines, and that's unacceptable. Richard O'Brien now reveals his own plan, while strapped to a large steel apparatus. That may be part of his plan, or just how he likes to relax and hang out with the boys, who can say. The best way to figure out where John will go is to think like he does. Unfortunately, they happen to have a copy of John's lost memories, thanks to the good doctor. One quick jab in the skull meat, and Richard O'Brien will know all that John knows, and more importantly, where and who he will visit. While John figures out his memories, they will be one step ahead of him. This is apparently a very dangerous procedure, which is almost certain to cause a gruesome, painful demise, but that's a risk Mr. Book is willing to take with the lives of his underlings, so he gives the big thumbs up to the plan.
I'll take a page out of his book.
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland pops up with a handy-dandy memory syringe and sticks it in. Richard O'Brien is suddenly overwhelmed with a series of memories exploding and overlapping of a human childhood and adolescence, the memories that John was supposed to get all along. Thing is, those memories also include a lot of, serial killings. So it seems that originally John really was supposed to be a killer all along.
I mean, you gotta have balance in your memories, right? A little of this, a little of that. Some playing on the beach, some ritually murdering prostitutes.
Everyone can ritual murder a prostitute now and then, for a treat.
I'll stick with salami, thank you.
Disclaimer, the thoughts of Brother Andy are not the thoughts of the society as a whole.
Oh, so you're against treats now.
Hand me a
Put
Tim Tam.
the salami down.
But it's so girthy.
All right. Well, now Richard O'Brien has those impulses, and you know that's only going to end well for everyone. As predicted, John Murdoch is trying to work out who he is, or was, by looking through the few possessions he has managed to keep hold of. One of them is a postcard from someone called Carl Harris, an old friend. Not only that, but the postcard is from the mythical beach he keeps thinking about. This is presumably the same KH that was monogrammed on the suitcase John woke up with. A clue, by gum! Given that this is an old-timey setting with actual phone boxes with actual phone books, John can do a quick The Terminator and look up his old chum.
Are you Sarah Connor? No, wait. Why am I trying to do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression when we have Ethan here?
Are you Sarah Connor?
There you go. Your pants, give them to me.
Clothes, give them to me now.
Now,
Wrong, Sarah. This one's going in the labyrinth.
I've taken your baby.
You remind me of the babe.
What, babe?
The babe with the power.
Moving on.
He's not the only one on the move, though. The aliens can actually float around when they want to, and so a flock of flying fedora friends heads into the night, checking on all of John Murdoch's acquaintances.
Wait. Do we even know that they're aliens?
Oh, yeah, we've established.
When was that established?
It was established that they're brain bugs, yeah.
When one of them was decapitated.
Yeah, when one crawls out of his skull.
Well, yeah, but we don't know they're aliens.
Well, they're not bloody humans. Anyway.
Don't make me send this back into reverse.
Yeah, please don't.
Okay, I'll accept it. Just keep moving.
First, they track down the hooker that John visited earlier, and it's what you might call a dead end in more ways than one. This trail has gone ice cold.
Hooker is not a very PC term. I think the term is lady of the night.
I thought it was just sex worker now.
All right, I was trying to be funny because night.
Well, this sex worker has retired.
Shit.
They're having a knife on the town, and it's time to pick up the bar stab. Various other metaphors. They aren't being very nice. Richard O'Brien is becoming more and more like the killer John Murdoch had been intended to be, and he's not being very nice at all. Even the other baldy Backstreet Boys are starting to think he's gone strange. Murdoch, meanwhile, is not having much luck. Every time he tries to hop on a train out of the city, it takes him back inward. There is no way to get to the beach. At one station, he even runs into Walensky, the deranged ex-cop who's been going nuts trying to figure out this place. Walensky explains that he figured it out. The creepy guys are swapping and mixing up people's memories while everyone is forced to sleep. Sometimes the process doesn't work right and someone wakes up, like him. He's figured something else out too. There's only one way out of this nightmare, and to demonstrate this point, he jumps off the platform and eats train. Bye-bye, Walensky. We barely understood ye because you were a fucking weirdo. Since Richard O'Brien knows all of Murdoch's old hangout spots, it's no surprise that he bumps into Mrs. Murdoch while she's enjoying a brooding session at the waterfront. In a telling exchange, he actually chats with her, wondering aloud how terrible it would be to go from being part of a hive mind of shared experience to suddenly having memories that are all your own. This guy is really starting to lose his grip.
You got to imagine the overlap here with, like, Mr. Smith later on.
Yeah.
I mean, could you just imagine Riff Raff playing that part instead?
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
I mean, that's not the only weird overlap. The guy who played Mr. Wall is the voice of Chum the Shark in Nemo.
Oh, yeah, the gyrocopter pilot from Road Warrior.
Yeah, Bruce Spence.
Well, O'Brien is really starting to lose his grip. In fact, it's safe to say it's gone. It's lost. His grip has made its way to the existential lost and found office at the end of the universe, and the place is closed on a Tuesday. Everyone is orbiting around John Murdoch's past haunts at this point. His wife finds the hooker's apartment John told her about, near the automat he visited before, where she discovers the grisly remains left by the previous fedora-wearing felons just in time for Bumstead to reveal that he's been following her all along. And John makes his way to the old amusement arcade called Neptune's Kingdom, which happens to be run by none other than Carl, or Uncle Carl as he introduces himself. Another piece of John's jigsaw puzzle of memories falling into place. John still wants to get out of this town, back to the beach. It turns out that Shell Beach is where he grew up as a kid.
Shell Beach is also where they race in Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm. There was also a mini golf course in my hometown called Neptune's Kingdom, so I thought that was pretty funny.
It turns out that Shell Beach is where he grew up as a kid, but just like everyone else, Carl can't quite seem to remember the way out of the city.
Allegedly. It's allegedly where he grew up as a kid.
Well, in pictures, it looks vividly bright and daylit, not like this nocturnal habitation zone. Carl fills in the details of the sad, tragic life of John Murdoch with the help of a projector slideshow, but there's a problem. The kid in the slides had a burn on his arm from a childhood accident, but our John doesn't still have that scar. That means these images are of someone else, and his memories are not even his own. Lies, all lies. Bumstead and Mrs. Murdoch look around the apartment with the dead hooker in it, like the most noir and grim mismatched buddy cops or something, and find the poor hooker's little daughter hidden away under a bed. She doesn't have much to say, but luckily she has been spending her time drawing crude pictures of what she saw, featuring a set of black-clad guys with knives. Perhaps John's ranting about being chased by weird men holds some water. Another point in the Trust John column. Although, to be fair, the dead hooker probably tilts the scales a bit the other way, too.
I just gotta bring up that the scene with the kid and the pictures, that's only in the director's cut. In the theatrical cut, they don't have the kid.
I think I didn't see that because I thought I noticed no children anywhere in the entire movie, aside from the one weird little bald kid.
Yeah, that's just one of the few change. There's really not many changes between the director's cut and the theatrical cut, but that's one of the scenes that is just the director's cut.
As he is taking Mrs. Murdoch back home, Bumstead muses on how he can't quite remember certain details of his life that he ought to be able to, and she seems to realize something is wrong too. Similarly, John starts to realize that it's night. It's always night. It never seems to be daytime here in this bulb-deficient conglomeration. Carl waits until John goes off to bed and calls Mrs. Murdoch at home to let her know that John is with him. She's coming over as quick as she can, and Bumstead is coming along. It's time to end this. Hovering nearby, Richard O'Brien is eavesdropping and remembers Uncle Carl, realizing where they're going. John realizes that Carl has let the pigeon out of the pigeonarium and looks like he's about to do something about it. Then midnight hits, and once again, it's sleepy time for the population.
Sans John, of course.
Yeah,
So
we figured.
if they wake up at midnight, do they also put them to sleep at like 6 a.m. before sun comes up?
There's no that sun that comes up.
No, everyone is completely sleep deprived in this city.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and there's no sun at all.
Like, there isn't a sun.
There has never been any sun. Yeah, there's never been a daytime here.
Someone even mentions it. They go, "Don't you realize it's always dark in this city?"
Did they really?
Had you seen the film, that would have made a lot of sense later.
Yes.
But I think we can all agree that this film is really just a metaphor for living in Alaska.
Right?
The net is tightening around John. The Baldy Bastard Brotherhood are coming, and he realizes it's time to leave. Trouble is, they are onto him now, and use their powers to screw with the environment. Stairs lengthen and become huge. Walls shift. It's a whole thing. John leaps and runs across heaving, shifting rooftops, and it looks like he's got away clean until Richard O'Brien hovers into view dramatically for a showdown. Here we go. Time to have it out. Mano a mano. Human versus telepathic bug-brain alien. Toe-to-toe combat for all the beans. Time to bite this apple. The chips are ahoy. The collection of tamales...
We get it!
And John just immediately punches him out, grabs his knife, and threatens him to talk or else. Now, that was quick. Richard O'Brien doesn't mind talking. It's not like there's any way out anyway. These guys created this whole place, stole a load of memories to use in their experiments, all in order to learn what makes us human. They need what we've got. Call it guts, grit, moxie, chutzpah, that old razzmatazz, what have you.
You see, Kiefer Sutherland? That's how you do exposition.
In all the chatting, Murdoch forgot that the city is still reshaping itself. The roof unbalances, and he is nearly crushed by a rapidly approaching apartment block on the loose, a fate that his opponent doesn't avoid. Quick, run down an alley, burst through a door, nearly fall down an inexplicable chasm, leap onto a convenient chimney stack passing by. It's all getting quite surreal.
It was like he was doing Park Noir.
What?
Ooh, I was trying to make a pun on parkour. Did that not work? Doing some Park Noir.
Park no! Just as they're about to close in on him, Bumstead skids to a halt in his car and offers John a lift. Hooray! A lift straight to the police station as a prisoner. Hooroo. Bumstead does that thing where they're sat across from each other at a table and he bangs his fist down and demands the truth. You know, that thing they always do when they get the bad guy in an interrogation room. So noir.
So noir.
John has a question of his own, though. How do you get to the beach? Everyone knows, right? But just as everyone else who's tried, Bumstead can't quite remember. Another question. When was the last time anything happened in daylight? What if it's always night? What if there's no sun here? And if all that wasn't enough, John levitates a book with the power of his mind, just to ram home the point that things are a little bit off in this crepuscular conurbation.
Oh, that was a good one. Actually, I like that.
Stay back, people. Stay back. The food court is closed until the hazmat team has decontaminated the premises.
Bathory's bouncy ball. What the fuck happened here?
So much for getting a proper snack. This place is a disaster.
It's a bloodbath. Literally.
It looks like someone detonated a blood bank in a hamburger joint. Ugh. Ugh.
Close, but look over there. I think that really is the Bloodmobile, lodged into the side of the shawarma place. How lawful.
Boo.
Yeah, that pun was pitiful.
I'll allow it.
Please tell me you weren't involved in this.
Please tell me you were.
We all know this has his fingerprints all over it.
Something is coming back to me.
Easy does it, sugar. You seem a mite woozy from all that blood loss.
Was it? Oh, hey, Hope. You're being strangely nice.
Well, of course. Y'all done such a generous thing with us.
Yeah, good on ya. We were starting to think all you blodgers were just up yourselves.
You're being strangely Australian, Andy. Wait, is this all a trick? You wanted my blood this entire time.
Well, don't be silly. What would we do with all that blood?
You won't fool me. I'm hereby liberating it from you evil us's clutches.
Oi! Where's he off to now?
Oh, bless his heart. I do think he's gone crazier than an outhouse rat with just the one oar in the water.
Hey, you, get away from that van. Out of my way. I'm rescuing this blood. Look out!
I know.
You okay, sweetheart? You done bumped your little noggin. Zach. Hey, Zach, you okay? Snap out of it, dumbass.
Yes,
You remember something?
a mighty battle was fought here. Something was lost, and something was saved.
Shit.
Of course, he was involved in this mess. It has all of our trademarks of wanton destruction and senseless violence.
Trademark.
Maybe we save this conversation for the presence of our attorneys instead of mall security?
I just want to make a point that whatever the mall security takes can't really be entered into evidence the way it can with the real policeman. There is a difference between Bacon and Sizzleine. Anyway, do you at least remember where you went after destroying the food court? Preventing me from getting a proper snack, I'll point out. And where did you get that juice box?
Juice box. I had a juice box.
Wait, do you mean last night or now?
Yes, it's this way. Follow me.
This may take a bit. Ooh, I guess I'll take the next part. John might well be a super being with phenomenal mind powers, but he's still damn well under arrest. Mrs. Murdoch comes and visits him, and they do that talking on other sides of glass with phones thing. You know the thing. He tries to explain to her that they aren't the people they thought they were. It's all just implanted memories. You know, the stuff you tell your wife when you really want her to feel special.
That's the kind of speech you say for your anniversary, guys.
To be fair, she has been realizing that something is off too, but her feelings for him are real. John is so touched that he shatters the glass with his mind to kiss her, which really angers the cops. That sort of thing is totally against the rules of jail, man. I mean, really.
But it was a really hot kiss. They went at it.
Oh, yeah, they sure did. Turns out there's a couple more visitors who would really like a quiet word with John, and they aren't much interested in the rules either. It's our old fiends, the Bald Brainworm Band again, and they walk through the station putting people to sleep to make things easier. As they're working their way toward the cells, Bumstead is heading there too to get Murdoch out, because he's decided it's about time they figured this place out. Kiefer Sutherland is having another of his late-night baths when Murdoch walks in. Apparently the aliens hate water, which makes this a good spot to evade them. Do we want to say foreshadowing for M. Night Shyamalan's Signs? What is it with aliens hating water?
I'll give it a foreshadowing.
If they hate water so much, why did they give him the bath? Well, why did they give him the bath? Why did they make it for him?
I don't know. I find this to be really like a commonly returned to trope. Water is very common in the universe. Why in the hell would aliens be afraid of it? Anyway, the Doctor confirms that he definitely, absolutely just wants to help. Then he pulls a gun and insists that the best way to do this is to inject John in the skull with a crazy alien syringe. Might want to work on that bedside manner, huh? Anyway, just as the Doctor got the drop on Murdoch, Bumstead gets the drop on the Doctor, and they demand that Kiefer take them to the beach once and for all. Trouble is, none of the roads work. There's always a blockage or a bridge out or some other similar nonsense. There's nothing else for it. At the docks, they get a rowboat. While they row out, the Doctor explains that they have all been abducted from somewhere by the alien strangers, taken to this place and given new and mixed up memories over and over again until there's no telling who they once were. The aliens need to figure out this whole idea of memory and individuality since they don't understand how it works, and apparently this experiment will help them figure that out.
Literally, lab rats in a maze, just like that opening scene.
But yeah, I mean, that's your classic solipsism game, right? You know, it's all an alien experiment. We're all brains in a bottle. You know, we're all connected to the Matrix.
We've all felt that way every now and again.
Man, I feel that way when I have no mouth and I must scream.
Yeah, relatable.
Anyway, John is different. He resisted the memory imprinting and can use their ability to tune, which means he can, in theory, control everything here, and the Doctor wants to stop it. He might be working for them, but it's not by choice. Even he no longer has his original memories. Cue flashback to the good Doctor stabbing himself in the forehead with one of those fancy steampunk syringes. Yeesh.
He was sobbing as he did it.
Yep.
Yeesh. Finally, they reach a far dock, and beyond that, a door, and beyond that, a bright blue vista. But this is fake too. It's just a painted poster of sky on a brick wall. There really is no way out of the city. John won't accept that. He rips the poster down and breaks the wall with a mind blast to reveal space. Our view pulls out to reveal that this whole time, the city has been a giant disc hanging in the void. Only a force field keeps them from being sucked out, or blown out. Or, anyway. No time to ruminate on the vastness of the cosmos, though, as the Funky Fedora fans are here, and they're a bunch of stabby cats tonight. They even captured Mrs. Murdoch and brought her along, you know, for the drama. In the ensuing melee, Bumstead gets into it with one of the aliens, and they fall out through the hole and past the force field, making him technically the first escapee from the city. Shame you can't enjoy that view for very long, though.
It looks pretty cool, though. I wasn't expecting space.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wishing they had done a bit more Total Recall situation with this as he floats away.
It's a cool reveal. I have to give it that. It's a cool reveal. I mean...
Yeah.
It's actually a cooler reveal than the Truman Show, but yeah. Anyway. Time to surrender, it seems, because Richard O'Brien has Mrs. Murdoch at knife point, and he happens to know just how much John cares for her. Since there's no real option at this point, John has no choice but to go with them to their lair. Oh, our lair. Anyway, the aliens all gather to finally figure out what the hell to do with John Murdoch. The carefully considered opinions of the crowd tends toward the option of kill him right now, but their leader, Mr. Book, knows better. He can be used to show them the way. The experiment is over because they now have all they need.
Show me the way.
The Doctor is told to imprint John once and for all and to make him their tool.
Tool.
Because everybody loves being a tool.
We'll call him Mr. Tool.
Instead of Mr. Book, you've got Mr. Tool.
What the fuck was up with those names?
Wait, didn't Maynard have something to say about that, I think? But the Doctor has a ruse in mind. He does imprint John using a memory syringe that he had prepared earlier, and John gets to relive his whole early life. But this time, Kiefer Sutherland appears time and time again as an ice cream vendor, a postman, a fireman, a teacher in school, the milkman. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Suddenly, the doctor has had all the time of John's life to teach him the discipline he needs to control his power. Whoa.
Surprise!
John Cantoon. He is the one, Neo.
But does he know Kung Fu?
He knows Kung Fu. Yeah.
Oh my god, he's such a Mary Sewell.
Time for a floating around, mind-blasting mental battle of psychic force. Lightning strikes, things explode, guys get thrown around and go arg, the whole lot.
Arg.
In a titanic and very literal battle of the wills, Mr. Book and John hurl mind powers at each other. Ultimately, the maelstrom is all too much for the great machine beneath the city to handle, and everything starts flying into the air. Buildings, cars, you name it. It's tornado time, baby. But, in the end, it all comes back to the fantastic power of... knives! Floating high above, Mr. Book mind throws a knife at John, who mind catches it and mind yeets it right back at him and spears the bastard up good and proper.
It's all in the
I
reflexes.
don't think yeet was a word yet in 1998.
No, but we are putting it there now.
Yeah, it's like the hands-free version of the climax to Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, it's all in the reflexes.
It's over. John is one out, and now he controls the machines, but the memory facility has been destroyed. From now on, everyone is whoever they are right now. There's only one thing left to do. John finally orders a new reshaping of the city, starting with an ocean to surround it on all sides, floating out into space around the city disk. At long last, he can go to the beach and meet his waiting wife there, even if it's not clear that she really remembers it all, and that's just where he goes. On the way, he meets a dying Richard O'Brien and tells him that this whole experiment was looking in the wrong place for what makes us human. The city disk rotates in space, and finally the sun can rise, and Mrs. Murdoch, or whoever she is now walking on a sunlit pier looking out to sea. Welcome to a new day in the not-quite-so-dark-anymore city.
It was inside us all along.
Yeah, I love that. Like the moral of the whole movie is delivered by Riff Raff.
Oh, it was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, he just did say darkness must flow down the river of night streaming.
Oh, no. I am not going back in there. I am not getting locked in a walk-in fridge for half a conclave again.
But that's where they keep the juice boxes.
I'm pretty sure this other door wasn't here the last time.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but did you know this door was down here when you let us? Or did you just want another juice box?
That is a mysterious door.
Quite mysterious.
If this door was a film, it would be 1999's Mystery Men.
If this door were a book, it'd be Mark Twain's 1916 novella, The Mysterious Stranger.
This door moves in U2's 1991 Mysterious Ways.
No singing?
It's all right.
If this door was a snack, it would be the 1993 Airheads Mystery flavor.
If that door was a rash, it would be the mysterious rash in my armpit.
I didn't know there was a quaternary phase to syphilis.
This is the door I saw in my mind. It's almost like I summoned it from my imagination.
What's behind it?
I don't know, it's locked.
Sir.
Do you have the key?
Why would I have a key? I'm the guardian of the door. That's a totally different department.
Well, that's bloody useless.
Excuse me.
How the hell are we supposed to get to the other side of this door mystery without the key?
Well, you see, I have...
Everyone spread out. It has to be here somewhere.
But...
Everyone take a quadrant. You all brought your semaphore flags, right?
Oh, sirs, what's this?
The keys! Hey, everyone! I found the keys! I almost missed them because Brother Methuselah was in the way.
Good job, sir.
Well, here goes nothing.
Wait, are you guys sure it's safe?
Step on my hair!
My spleen.
Whose leg is this?
Oh, my other
Somebody
spleen.
kicked me in the uterus!
Oh, that's not my uterus.
Where are we now?
How should we know? It was your door.
God damn it,
Fellows,
you and your
look-
fucking doors.
Fellows, look here. Mats, gloves, fake kanji on the walls, all county best attitude trophies. This picture of Bruce Lee. We must be back in the dojo.
Hey, we talked about you hogging all the scrutinization.
At least the original ballistics dummies are back, so we're not going to be homeless.
Is that where we are? I can't remember. Everything's still fuzzy.
And William fucking Shatner over here can't fucking remember diddly or squat.
He did suffer a concussion after all.
Maybe it's time to try a medical solution for a medical problem.
How dare you? I won't stand for it.
I won't stand... at all.
Normally, this kind of reckless endangerment would go against all our bylaws. But we can't even finish the conclave with scrutinizer Zacharia in such a condition.
Oh, and that's what matters most here.
Do you want to be trapped conclaving Dark City forever?
Fair. Okay, let me get my things.
Newt? Mercury? Zombie tears? I thought you said this was going to be medical.
Potato, potato.
Now this is my kind of medical.
All right, here. Turn to page 42 and just hold it open for me.
Auntie Hope's hangover cure. Guaranteed to restore memory from a blackout.
Also guaranteed to destroy your faith in a benevolent God.
A little of this. Don't worry, it's not real Eye of Newt. I mean, can't get that these days anyways.
Why is she brewing it in a cauldron? That can't be good.
Wait, do you have another big enough vessel, sir? Here, Zach, drink this, but hold your nose. It's a little strong.
Ah, hey. Oh, that's actually pretty... Whoa.
What do you see?
It's all dark.
Okay, then what can you hear?
I can hear my parents talking.
What should we name him? Maybe Ted? Why do you always assume the baby's going to be a boy? What about Ted Nut?
Whoops, too far back. You're still in utero there.
Sorry, guys, it's not an exact science.
Ugh, I was almost named Ted. That would have been awful.
Yeah, I don't think it worked, Hope.
Well, I don't see you trying anything.
At least he's capable of judgment, so onward.
All right, let me get this out of the way. So, this film that I saw this in theaters back in the day, and it had a big impact on me. One of the things that I really loved about it was I thought that this was the coolest telekinetic battle I had seen since fucking Scanners, honestly. I thought it was a very refreshing take on telekinesis, and I did love the style of the film. And I didn't realize for quite a while that this was the same director who did The Crow. I believe Alex Proyas. Am I pronouncing that right? Okay. Yeah, his groundbreaking film, The Crow, which unfortunately had the tragic death of Brandon Lee, but still is just a seminal film. Also, it's very influential in one of the ways that people don't talk about it. It's one of the very first comic book films of the 90s. It predates Blade. And I honestly think, you could probably see its fingerprints, not just on The Matrix, but also on Blade. And
Wait, Dark City is a comic?
No, The Crow was.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I'm talking about The Crow now. I know I'm supposed to be talking about Dark City, but I'm talking
He's
about
getting
The Crow.
there.
I'm getting there. So, yeah. So Dark City was Alex's follow-up to The Crow, which, despite the tragedy, was a huge hit. Dark City itself was a critical hit, but it wasn't a commercial hit. I still don't understand why. I thought it was a fantastic film. Maybe it just didn't have quite the right beats there yet until The Matrix did. But I also subscribe a lot of The Matrix's success commercially to it had an amazing trailer and amazing marketing. No one can tell you what The Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. Everybody was actually very curious about what the fuck The Matrix was all about. Dark City, not so much. But it did have a good mystery. And stylistically, I like the whole 1950s vibe and everything. But this is interesting. When I was going back to the director, he didn't have another hit again until I, Robot, which honestly I think is a sack of crap. But
Bot.
Yeah, it did. But it did very well in the box office. So you have a director who, is getting very consistently inconsistent, you might say, performance out of his films. You got The Crow, which, had an awful tragedy, but was also a big hit. You have Dark City, which, was a fantastic film, but not a commercial hit. And then you have Hi Robot, that is a terrible movie, but a commercial hit.
I'd say the biggest crime of iRobot is that for all of its crapness and all it did for everyone else, it still didn't do anything for Alan Tudyk's career, the only person who deserved it.
Yeah, that's true. They actually downplayed
who was also in Knight's Tale with Mr. Sewell's ass.
Hey, there you go.
The interconnectedness of it all.
Unfortunately, Alex's last film that he was really given the reins for was Gods of Egypt, which... Did that also have Sewell in it? No, I can't remember. Honestly, I don't remember much about that film at all, except it was terrible. Off. And I think that was sort of the last nail in his career coffin, at least for being given big budget pictures to direct, because since then he really hasn't been given a big project. He's done a lot of smaller stuff since then, but his career has never really gotten back to where it was in the 90s. So for Dark City being that sort of echelon and peak of this fine director's career, I'm going to judge it guilty. I do have one side note on that. Talking again about the difference between the theatrical cut and the director's cut, this movie actually has a similar issue that they had with Blade Runner, where they asked them to throw in opening narration that explained away, what was going on very early. So that whole beginning narration with Kiefer Sutherland, you get it in the theatrical cut, but you don't get it in the director's cut. And I much prefer the director's cut, just like I prefer the director's cut of Blade Runner, where you don't get the narration as well, because they just, another one of those producers just didn't think that audiences were smart enough to get it,
Well, and funny story, I saw this movie in theaters. I loved it, right? It had a huge effect on me. But to this day, I can't remember any version of this movie with noiration at the beginning, which is how it was presented in the theaters, right? I can only remember the director's cut that I saw later. So they clearly did a very good job of erasing that part of my memory of the lesser version of this film. So hats off to Riff Raff and whenever he snuck into my bedroom with the syringe.
All right, now that all's said and done, who's got a judgment for me?
I've got a good one. So let's take a second here and look at Dark City. It's came out in 1998. And it comes out of a genre of science fiction that I started calling pseudo-reality. People generally kind of classify this in cyberpunk, but I put cyberpunk into the pseudo-reality genre as well, because it kind of covers a few different things. I generally consider this genre as having been started by Tron in 1982, but it is a genre that remained dormant until the 90s, when it really took off, because culture swapped one set of anxieties, which is to say atomic annihilation, for another set of anxieties, which is to say the rapid growth of digital technology in cyberspace and the often nefarious corporate/government entities controlling digital technology in cyberspace. manipulating those pseudo realities. Anyway,
I'm not sure if Chat GPT would agree with you on that, but okay.
Well, to a greater or lesser extent, all the movies in the cyberpunk pseudo-reality genre, whatever you want to call it, of the 90s, they were a blend of these anxieties. Because the digital future was largely unknown at that point, and if we're going to paraphrase Lovecraft, the oldest and strongest fear of humankind is the fear of the unknown. So if you look at the most successful film of this genre, The Matrix, which came out the year after Dark City came out, The Matrix was successful because it blended the strongest of these new anxieties over technology and digital pseudo-realities, and the more important part of that, the nefarious forces conspiring to manipulate those pseudo-realities, with the strongest of the old fears, which is to say 2 generations worth of existential terror over nuclear Armageddon, and to a lesser extent, the post-apocalyptic society that is struggling to survive in the aftermath. Other films in this genre were less successful, usually because they were trying to blend those strong new fears with weaker new fears. For example, Johnny Mnemonic and Strange Days, both of which came out in 1995, were blending these fears over digital pseudo-realities with the collapse of the ecosphere and or the failure of human flesh when compared to high technology, or under the stresses of high technology.
Loved Strange Days.
Yeah, it's a good film. Early Catherine Bigelow, fantastic film.
'Cause she's just a Bigelow.
I know that this is about Dark City, and Dark City differs from the rest of its peers in this genre because it's purely analog. It explores themes of solipsistic artificial realities without the use of computer technology, and it replaces computers and those nefarious corporations or governments manipulating them with drug-wielding aliens as the primary antagonists.
And they're tuning instead of using their brains instead of technology.
Exactly. In doing it asks questions about memory that were already asked in Blade Runner 16 years earlier. Its subplot of an infinitely malleable dream world spaceship is cool, and I'm sure it also inspired Christopher Nolan for his 2010 film Inception.
Oh, definitely.
But it's also weaker compared to other films, namely The Matrix, that blended stronger, more deeply ingrained fears which were still echoing in the collective unconscious. Speaking of aliens, Dark City landed during one of those little spates of societal angst over extraterrestrials that we seem to get like every 20 to 25 years or so, the 50s, the 70s, the 90s. I think we're going through another one of these right now, but anyway, I digress.
The transsexual Vanians are coming to take our gerbs.
Well, in conclusion, I was going to say Dark City ultimately failed where The Matrix succeeded precisely because of what made it so unique. It struck out to make something that stood out from its peers, and though the fears it explores and exploits were relevant, the way it did it pale in comparison to the fears of society at that time. And The Matrix understood that the conspiracy to manufacture solipsistic pseudo-realities needed to be manufactured by machines, and that the subplot needed to revolve around ragtag survivors haunting the world of a post-nuclear apocalypse. Dark City tried to do something different, but in so doing, failed. Failed in a cool way, but still failed.
I was going to say, this film was actually very well reviewed. It was, but just not well attended.
Yeah. I had a college roommate who ate 5 dried grams of mushrooms and then went to go watch it and had a really bad time.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. That is not the doctor-prescribed way to watch this movie, let me tell you.
Well, for that reason and for all the other reasons and for the reasons I just listed, I judge it guilty.
Understood. Who's got the next judgment?
Well, after going through the summary of this film, I think I'd forgotten this entire movie. Did you know that Kiefer Sutherland was in this?
No. He is?
Yeah, apparently so. I had totally forgotten that bit.
The movie worked better than expected.
I recently saw Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which had Donald Sutherland in it, and he also plays a creepy old guy, so maybe it's a family trait? I don't know.
It's a family affair.
I did.
No singing.
I did hear that when Kiefer Sutherland was given the script, he wasn't sure if they meant it for him or his dad. So that makes sense.
Maybe that's that. And also, I don't think we've talked enough about Rufus Sewell's ass. I mean, he's fine, and I feel like it should have gotten more attention in our review.
No, there is never enough talk about Rufus Sewell's taut behind. Holy shit.
Doesn't it also make an appearance in A Knight's Tale?
Yes, actually.
Which, if you dissect that name, maybe that's what the whole movie was actually about, The Knight's Tale.
It's spectacular. It's like 2 Volkswagens in one parking spot.
Oh, you stole that joke from Douglas Adams. He moved around like 2 Volkswagens trying to parallel park.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just got to say, like, the dude's got those high cheekbones, those high rounded, and like they're just giving you a clue as to what the other side and lower.
Is his high cheekbones?
Yeah. Wow. And I'm also just disappointed now that I don't remember any of it, because that would have been great to see. So based on the effect Dark City had on my cognition...
I think you did see it. Whether you remember or not, you did see it. It's burned into your memory.
I must declare it guilty of Cinemania.
Oh, boy. All right.
You are definitely suffering from something.
All right.
Oh, that's not suffering.
Who's next? All right. We got 2 for guilty.
Right,
Who's next?
I'll go. So I hadn't seen this movie before either, but... just the visuals in it. It's like at the very beginning, like there's some blatant foreshadowing. Because Kiefer Sutherland, the doctor, he's dressed up looking like Dr. Frankel, whatever, from Nightmare Before Christmas, and he puts a rat into a maze, literally a rat in a maze. I'm like, well, there's foreshadowing for you. And then like all the guys in their tall trench coats with the high necks or whatever, they look like the tall ones in Invader Zim, and like it's like Tim Burton and Terry Gilliam made love in an MC Escher painting and birthed this movie.
Right, and Danny Elfman wrote the score.
Yep.
So you got to remember that Proyas was coming off of The Crow when he made this film. So the visual style still really reminds me of The Crow.
Yeah, and that style was huge in the late 90s and early 2000s, because you get stuff like Invader Zim and The Matrix, and Brazil was older than that, but it also borrowed from stuff like when they show the machine working, and there's lots of like Art Deco kind of vibes and flapper kind of vibes, like 20s through 40s. Like it very much reminded me of Metropolis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean...
So it's just like, it pulled the old and inspired the new, and I don't know, man, the visuals just really fucked with me.
You're absolutely catching that, like, aesthetic line. I'm sorry, Ethan.
Fucking aesthetics.
Right? From Metropolis and then into Terry Gilliam stuff with Brazil and some other stuff. This film... Proyas was
Brazil's from the 80s, though, isn't it? So Brazil was before this.
Yes.
No, that's what I'm saying. So Proyas was a big fan of Terry Gilliam's, at least visual style.
Who isn't?
There's a lot of similarities.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Michael Bay. But there's a lot of similarities. I mean, you can even go on and see, like, it's weird. It's almost like this stylistic feedback loop if you go to look at some of Terry Gilliam's later films. And there's like Dark City elements in it. And of course, I mean, it's, I don't know if anyone's actually looked into this, how much Dark City's pre-production influenced Matrix's pre-production, because they were probably made around the same time. So they may have just accidentally been very stylistically similar. But for what it's worth, Dark City beat it to the theater. So that's what matters.
And that vibe was... in that era, in the late 90s and early 2000s, that was the vibe. It was not the only film doing this, like you guys mentioned earlier.
That's pretty interesting. This is also like one of the differences between The Matrix and this film, Dark City, is the fact that Dark City still really relied on models a lot more than The Matrix did, which was really, relied on CGI. So,
Yeah, and you could tell, takes. It's kind of rudimentary CGI, but the way they blended it with the models made it look intentional. It wasn't trying to do anything it couldn't, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
The practical stuff it's mostly practical, and they're pretty minimalist with where they use CGI, and those are the bits that don't hold up quite as well when you look at it. Like The Matrix is one of the first CGI heavy movies where the CGI actually still kind of holds up.
Yeah.
But Dark City still looks as good as it does because most of it's practical.
You also
another thing about like the visuals in this, like continuing on, the spirals that they kept drawing on stuff and like on in blood and whatever. It reminds me of the spirals on Jigsaw in the Saw movies.
That's true.
I think they reminded Jigsaw too. That's
I was going to say, yeah. I'm saying like it probably influenced me like that. Or I mean, spirals are in everything.
I mean, another thing to consider too when talking about like the visuals is this movie did actually use a lot of wire work and wire. A lot of people who Hong Kong cinema was actually starting to really blow up, and people are starting to take notice of it. And so a lot of the people who did all the wire work in the early John Woo movies in Hong Kong were starting to come over to LA, and they ultimately wound up to The Matrix. But I wonder if some of them like worked on this film too for all of those telekinesis scenes of people hanging out.
Yeah.
So yeah, once again, it's like, yeah, this movie set the seeds, but The Matrix really delivered where this one didn't.
So it's actually the same guy.
It is. See, that's
well, sort of.
That's not surprising at all.
This is a little bit telling. So for the U.S. crew, it's the same guy who did the fight choreography in both, Andrew Mason. Right. So he did Dark City, and then he was also working on The Matrix at the same time. And what's somewhat telling about it is it's Corey Yuen Ping who did all of the kung fu stuff and the wushu wire work for The Matrix. He's the same guy who did all of like Jet Li's stuff all through the ages. Yeah. And so there's a real, you can tell the difference. Like it really shows. And I think that's one of the places where Dark City struggles more.
Oh yeah,
it just
definitely
doesn't hold up. Like that stuff doesn't hold up as well.
Yeah, it's like the idea's there, but it's not actualized yet.
Yeah, well, they're just kind of like thinking at each other really hard.
Yeah.
You know.
I did like there were a lot of really subtle things in there too. Like when he stabs the dude to give him John's memories, he goes, "I have John Murdoch in mind." I thought that was pretty clever. Yeah. And there's a point where John throws a brick through a window so he can get into something. And when he throws the brick, it turns the closed sign to the open side before he walks in. I thought that was clever. But like the visuals were a huge part of this movie. The visuals and the aesthetic and the fact that they drew from the past and, you know, played into the current themes and inspired the future all makes it completely guilty of Cinemania.
For ushering in the new neo-noir period, yeah.
The neo-noir.
Hark! Someone is at the door again.
But not my door. My door.
Oh, for crying out loud. I'll get it. What? Oh, it's Robbie.
Greetings.
And he has a door.
Repairs complete.
A door?
Pardon me, friend. If you could step back, I shall reinstall.
Can he even fit the door through the door?
Yes, we have 3 dimensions. He can turn it.
Oh, hey, there's a note attached to the door.
My door!
Oh, shit. He's going to rampage again.
Failure to comply. Recalculating tone.
Get your claws off my door, you damn dirty bot!
Out of the way, fleshlings.
Ah, my door! Give me my door, you...
Move your body, meatbag.
No, give it! What are you doing? That's my door!
Remarkable.
Right, well, if Zach and the robot are indisposed upstairs in the bathroom...
Zach and Robbie make a porno?
Oh.
Shall we continue with the rest of the judgments?
All right, out of the way. I've got a judgment here. For me, this film fits into a specific genre of films where there is a new situation that we've never seen anything like before, and the audience has to be given all the rules that we now have to figure out in order to understand what's going on. Look at the high-concept films from the 80s. You have Predator, where you have to figure out there's this alien and it's invisible, etc., etc. Or Time Cop, where you have to be shown the rules of time travel and how that applies to the plot. The point is, sometimes a film film is giving us a world that makes no sense at all, and the whole point of the movie is unraveling how that world works. And whether the film works or not depends entirely on whether, at the end of the movie, we go, okay, that now all makes sense. We now understand why the insane things we've just seen happened and why they happened in that order. And I think this film does a very good job of that. There's plenty of movies that have come out where we've left thinking, what the hell was that all about? We don't understand the rules. We don't understand.
It's like Lost.
Exactly. We don't understand why people acted the way they did because it wasn't explaining itself to us. And this film took a very complicated idea about an alien disk ship in space and mind control and mind reality altering, warping, etc., and made it make sense in a way that actually worked.
Yeah, especially considering how many different plot lines they kept juggling and rejuggling and then trying to, let's put two characters together. No, let's get them all together. Oh, the party's split up again. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, that should not have been nearly as coherent as it came across.
Well, that's exactly what I was like. I took notes going through the movie and I was like, well, how is this going to work? How can they tune everybody? There's too much interconnectedness. If they're going to change one person, what about all the people that know them and remember them? How could they change a whole world? Can they even just change the city? What are the boundaries? And then that gradually became explained.
Exactly. And we've all seen films where it wasn't explained or went badly. So this film gets a lot of plus points from me for doing that very well indeed. You might think I'm delighted, but nay. You see, this film also gets across the sheer, raw, mind-buggering confusion of waking up one day and finding that you're not who you thought you were. And it takes us into the shoes of a man who has to rediscover what it means to be himself and discover that himself is not the he who he thought he was. He's an entirely different he from another he's perspective, if you see what I mean. He.
Or he's no one at all and never was.
That level of mind-altering, ego-shattering insanity is exactly what we're looking for when we're looking for something to put in the dangerous movies vault. I therefore have no choice but to declare this film guilty.
So, as you folks know, I may have recently spent some time with our friends at the Reels of Justice. Shout out. So I'm still in a little bit of that mindset. When I submit into evidence here, Exhibit D, for Dark City. This is a photo of me in college in a fedora and a black leather trench coat, which I had managed to find at a thrift shop just a week prior.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so clearly, and this was taken maybe a year after Dark City came out, and I saw it in the theaters, as I was just discussing. So clearly, just based on this photo alone, the film caused in me quite a case of cinemania. Because I wore this outfit more than once, and this was not Halloween that this photo was taken. This was like just me in college. So I feel like it is incumbent upon me to judge this film as guilty, and I will be suing this film for pain and suffering in a civil court.
And remember, kids, you can't wear a fedora. None of you can wear a fedora. You think you can, but you can't. You're not that guy.
Yeah,
I can.
Only you cannot wear a fedora. I did want to ask though, really quick, because I think coming back to what Brother Ethan was saying, at the beginning in terms of like how this ushered in almost like a new form of both neo-noir and also not really science fiction, but also kind of like pseudo-reality films. And Brother Andy, I did want to ask you, as our resident Brit-Andian, maybe your closer awareness, do you know if this film was ever knighted? Because then that would make it a reality film.
You mean some kind of knight's tale about a tale set at night in a night city where the city is at night and there's a knight telling a tale about the tale of the night?
In like a murky metropolis?
No, I don't think that's ever happened.
So anyway, there's my judgment. I think
Fuck all of you.
This is just open and shut kind of case, which means that we can just spend more time on puns.
Well, well said, Daniel. Excellent work, all of you, fellow inquisitors. I think with all judgments rendered and our current pontifex still engaged in the ancient arts of hand-to-claw combat...
Combat?
Just no.
I shall take upon myself the supreme burden, the monumental sacrifice of declaring this film guilty.
Huzzah!
Okay, but after all that, does anyone have a clue what actually happened to Zach last night?
Does anyone actually care? I mean, especially after my third mug of Auntie Hope's hangover cure.
Just as a disclaimer, I've never actually had a hangover, so this whole cure is really just a wild guess, so good luck.
Yeah, that's why I work so badly.
Oh, wait a minute. You said this note came along with the missing door. Let me see here. It's actually quite a simple story. Boy meets evil self. Evil boy invites original boy to donate blood. Boy donates blood. Evil boy and other evil usses also donate blood. Juice boxes and bandages all around. Boy gets lightheaded. Boy trashes food court. Evil usses help boy back home. Boy stumbles and hits head. Head is as thick as a box of rocks. Head breaks door. Evil usses feel bad. Run boy a bath. Fill out this repair form for the door. Robot gets form. Robot fixes door. Evil usses write a sweet apology note with verification. Handsome verifier verifies verification. Crazy boy chases robot with door. Where's the door now? Who gives a shit? It's just a fucking bathroom door. It's a tale as old as time.
Oh. Okay then.
The evil usses don't really sound that evil.
Have you learned nothing?
Verifier Andy is correct. If they're called evil usses, trademark pending, then evil they must be.
Not that there's anything wrong with being evil.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that.
And now it seems they have corrupted our sweet, innocent robot companion to some foul purpose, some critical element to their larger plot.
You really believe that's more likely than this just being a whole lot of bureaucratic cock-up nonsense?
Please. Nothing will shake my faith in the power and righteousness of bureaucracy. I will have to ruminate on this further to get to the bottom of it. Brother Methuselah! Brother Methuselah! I'm gonna hit that one more time. Brother Methuselah, fetch me my rumination fez. Hey, where's Brother Methuselah?
He ran off during the scuffle. Probably afraid of getting hurt. He's so frail.
Lazy codger, always thinking about his bones. Never what we need.
There's a place in France where the naked ladies dance, and at the back on a stool there is a chap called Brother Methuselah. Back! Get back in your hole! Stop drooling on my shoe! Get in there! You two, and you, everyone inside now. Excellent. Now this door ought to keep you all in place. That was quite the lucky find when the robot brought it in.
Crikey, does anyone remember how to flush the loo in this hemisphere?
Oh dear. Be there in a moment. There, that should hold you. Now for a quick head count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you. 37, 69. Oh dear. We're 7 short.
Crikey, does anyone remember how to cue up the Barney?
No, it's all right. I'll take care of it in 3 shakes of a Jiffy Lube. He's liable to blow us all to smithereens. Now, where was I? 7 missing jumps, 7 Inquisitors, and 7 evil Inquisitors.
No worries, mates. I'll figure it out myself.
Probably just a coincidence. Coming. Wait for me.
The Cinemania Society was written, produced, and performed by Daniel Scribner, Andy Slack, Zacharia Berks, Hope Bravo, Andrea Palladino, and Ethan Ireland. Editing and sound design by Ethan Ireland. Music by Carl Casey at Whiteback Audio. Incidental music and sound effects courtesy of Epidemic Sound. The Cinemania Society is a work of fiction. Unless otherwise indicated, all names, characters, businesses, places, and events and incidents appearing in the audio play are either the product of the author's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons living or living dead, or actual events is purely coincidental and or part of the work of parody that should not be construed as making statements or allegations of actual fact. All celebrity voices are impersonated, sometimes poorly, unless otherwise stated. The Cinemania Society is available on social media. You can reach us on Facebook, Instagram, or Blue Sky. Our Reddit feed or on r/the Cinemania Society, or just email us at thecinemaniasociety@gmail.com. You, yes, you listening right now, please take a second to drop us a line, because not only are we dying for an excuse to do a listener mail episode, we genuinely would love to hear from you.